Hey everyone, and welcome back to Learn and Speak Easy English. I'm Lucy, and my goal is to make your English feel less like a textbook and more like chatting with a friend.
And I'm Michael. Let me ask you straight. What's one big goal you have for 2026? Seriously, think about it for a second. Maybe you're telling yourself, I will get a new job, or I will travel more, or even, I will finally master English. It's that time of year, right? There's this buzz in the air about new possibilities, new resolutions, and big, exciting plans. We all have dreams for the future, things we want to do, places we want to go. That energy is amazing, and being able to talk about it is a huge part of connecting with people in English.
But what if I told you that the way you just thought about that goal, using that one little word, will, might be the biggest thing holding your English back? If you said, I will do this, you might be making the number one mistake we see almost every single learner make. It's a mistake that instantly makes you sound like a learner and can come across as a little unnatural, even robotic. It's that over-reliance on I will for every single future plan. We hear it all the time, and it's one of the most common roadblocks to sounding fluent.
But here's the great news. It's an incredibly easy fix. Seriously. Once you see it, you can't undo it. And once you learn the alternatives, your English is going to transform. Today, we're going to show you exactly what's going on with this common mistake. We're going to show you not just that you should stop overusing I will, but precisely why it sounds unnatural to native speakers. And most importantly, we're going to give you the simple, powerful, and natural phrases that we use every single day to talk about our own plans and dreams for 2026.
By the end of this video, you won't just have a list of grammar rules. You'll have a whole new way of thinking about the future. You'll know how to express yourself with more nuance, more confidence, and more personality. You'll learn to sound more certain when you need to, more hopeful when you want to, and more casual in everyday conversation. This isn't just about being correct, it's about sounding like you. So, let's fix this mistake for good, so you can walk into 2026 speaking with more confidence than ever.
Okay, so let's get into the real problem here. Lucy and I both said that overusing I will sounds unnatural or robotic. But what does that really mean? It's not that I will is wrong. If you say, I will go to the store tomorrow, everyone will understand you. The grammar is perfect. The issue isn't grammar, it's communication. It's about the subtle feelings your words carry, or in this case, don't carry.
Exactly. Think about it. In your own language, you probably have a bunch of ways to talk about the future, and you pick your words based on how you feel. Are you 100% committed? Is it just an idea? Are you excited about it? Your language shows that. English is the same. When a learner uses I will for everything, a definite appointment, a vague dream, a plan with friends, it just flattens the meaning. All that color is lost, and it can sound impersonal.
Let's break down the three main reasons why just using I will is a problem. First, it often communicates the wrong level of certainty. In a lot of situations, will signals a decision you're making right now, on the spot. Like, if we're at a restaurant, and the waiter asks for my order, I'll look at the menu and say, I think I'll have the pasta. I just decided. I'm using will for a spontaneous choice.
Now, imagine a learner uses that for a plan they made weeks ago. A friend asks, got any plans for the summer? And the learner says, yes, I will travel to Spain. To a native speaker, that can sound a little weird, like they just decided to go to Spain in that exact second. It doesn't have the feeling of a pre-existing plan they've been excited about or arranging. It sounds more like a sudden announcement.
Let's hear the difference. Imagine I ask Lucy about her weekend. Listen to version A, using only will. Hey Lucy, any plans for this weekend?
Yes. On Saturday I will meet my friend for coffee. Then I will go shopping. On Sunday I will visit my parents.
See? You understand it, but it sounds like a list of facts. It's very sterile. Now listen to version B, the natural way. Hey Lucy, any plans for this weekend?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a busy one. On Saturday, I'm meeting my friend for coffee in the morning, and then I'm planning to go shopping for a birthday gift. And on Sunday, I'm going to visit my parents.
Can you feel that difference? The second version feels more alive. It feels like these are real plans that she actually has in her calendar.
The second reason is that I will can lack emotion. Because we often use it for formal announcements or predictions, it can sound cold. If you tell a friend, I will support you, it can almost sound like a line from a business contract. But if you say, hey, I'm going to be there for you no matter what, it just carries so much more warmth and real commitment.
This is so true for personal goals. Saying, I will lose weight in 2026 sounds like you're predicting the weather. But saying, I'm really going to focus on my health in 2026, or I'm hoping to lose some weight, tells us about your personal journey. It connects the goal to your feelings, which makes it way more relatable.
And the third reason, which is really a result of the first two, is that a conversation full of, I will, just gets really repetitive. The rhythm is always the same. I will go, he will study, they will come. It doesn't flow. A natural conversation about the future is a mix of all kinds of different phrases. We switch between them without even thinking about it.
So, to sum it up, overusing I will is a problem because it doesn't show your true level of certainty. It can sound emotionally distant, and it makes you sound repetitive. You're not a robot, so you shouldn't sound like one. Your English should be as lively and dynamic as you are.
Okay, so now that we know why we need to move beyond I will, let's get to the solution. And it's this really simple idea that will completely change how you talk about the future. We call it the spectrum of certainty.
That might sound a little technical, but it's really not. It just means that native speakers subconsciously choose their words based on how sure they are about a plan. A plan isn't just a plan. It's on a scale from a vague idea to a 100% confirmed thing in your calendar. Your word should show where your plan is on that scale.
Let's picture a line. On the far right, you have 100% certainty. These are things that are locked in. On the far left, you have 0% certainty, just a thought, a maybe, a dream. And in between, you have all these different shades of planning. A native speaker's brain instantly asks, okay, where is my plan on this line? And then picks the right phrase for it.
Let's break that spectrum into 4 main zones. This is the key to everything today. Zone 1, the 100% certain zone. We'll call this fixed and arranged. These are plans with a date, time, or other people involved. You've bought the tickets, booked the appointment, it's happening. Zone 2, the 75%. Certain zone. This is the intention and strong plan zone. You've decided to do something, and you're probably thinking about the details, even if it's not all booked yet. Zone 3, the 50% certain zone. This is the hopes and desires zone. These are things you want to happen, but they might depend on other things like time or money. It's more of a wish than a solid plan. Zone 4, the 25%. Certain zone. This is the possibilities and vague ideas zone. You're just kicking an idea around in your head. There's no real commitment yet.
For the rest of this video, we're going to give you the exact phrases that belong in each of these zones. We'll show you what they are and how and when to use them. By mastering these 4 zones, you'll be able to talk about any future plan and sound completely natural. This is the secret. It's not about memorizing one rule, it's about understanding this flexible system.
Alright, let's start at the most certain end of our spectrum. Zone 1, the 100% certain zone. These are your fixed arrangements. If you look in your calendar and it's written down, it belongs here. For this zone, the number 1 tool is the present continuous.
This might seem a little weird. We're using a present tense to talk about the future, but we do this constantly in English for plans that are 100% arranged, especially when they involve a specific time, place, or other people. Think of it as the "it's in my diary" tense.
Let's look at some examples. Don't say, I will meet my boss tomorrow, because you have an appointment, a fixed arrangement. Instead, you say, I'm meeting my boss tomorrow at 10 a.m. Don't say, I will fly to New York on Friday. You have a ticket. It's confirmed. So you say, I'm flying to New York on Friday.
See how that works? It's for things that are firm. Here are a few more. What are you doing tonight? I'm having dinner with my family. This means the plan is already made. They're getting married in June. The date is set. We're seeing a movie at 8 p.m. You've probably got tickets. Using the present continuous here makes you sound clear and organized. It tells the listener this isn't some spontaneous idea, it's a fixed event.
Now, for the second tool in our 100% zone, be going to. This is one of the most common and useful ways to talk about the future, and it fits perfectly here, but it also kind of bleeds into our next zone. In this 100% zone, we use be going to talk about firm plans that might not have a specific time, but the decision is totally made.
The line between present continuous and be going to can be a little blurry, but here's a good rule of thumb. Present continuous often focuses on the arrangement, while be going to focuses on your firm intention.
For example, both of these are great and sound totally natural. I'm visiting my grandmother this weekend. Sounds like the plan is arranged. I'm going to visit my grandmother this weekend. This really emphasizes your intention to do it. In many cases, you can use them interchangeably. You really can't go wrong with be going to for a definite plan.
Let's try it out. Michael, ask me about my plans for next week.
Hey Lucy, you look busy. Got a lot happening next week?
I do. On Monday morning, I'm taking my car to the mechanic. Then on Tuesday, I'm having lunch with an old friend from college.
Oh, nice. Anything else?
Yep. On Friday evening, my partner and I are going to try that new Thai restaurant. I already made a reservation. And the whole week, I'm going to work on that big report that's due. The deadline is real.
Perfect. Did you all catch how Lucy used present continuous I'm taking, I'm having, for her scheduled appointments? And she used are going to try, am going to work, to show her firm intentions. This is exactly how native speakers talk. Not in I, will, anywhere.
Okay, let's take one step back on the spectrum to Zone 2, the 75% certain zone. This is for your strong intentions and plans you're working on. You've made the decision and you're actively thinking about how to make it happen, but it's not 100% booked yet. Our main tool here is the phrase, I'm planning to.
This is such a useful phrase. It literally tells the listener that you are in the process of planning. It's the perfect middle ground between a vague idea and a fixed appointment. Using planning to makes you sound super clear.
Let's compare it to going to. If you say, I'm going to buy a new car, it sounds like your decision is made and you're ready to go shopping. But if you say, I'm planning to buy a new car, it suggests you're still in the research phase. You're saving up, looking at models online, that kind of thing. The intention is firm, but the final action isn't set.
Here are some more great examples for 2026. I'm planning to redecorate my apartment this spring. You mean to do it? You're probably saving ideas, but you haven't bought the paint. We're planning to travel through Southeast Asia next year. This is a huge plan, so planning to is perfect because it takes a lot of organizing. He's planning to look for a new job after he gets his bonus. The intention is there, and it depends on something else happening first.
A close cousin to this is I intend to is a bit more formal and sounds stronger, more serious. You might use it at work or when you're talking about a really important personal goal.
For example, in a job interview, someone might say, I intend to complete my certification within the next 6 months. Or if you're talking about a big life goal, I intend to save at least $10,000 for a down payment this year. It sounds very determined. In casual chat, planning to is usually more common, but intend to is a great one to have in your back pocket.
Let's do another quick dialogue. This time, we're co-workers talking about career goals for the new year.
So Lucy, any thought about any career goals for 2026?
Totally. I'm planning to take an advanced course in project management. I've been looking at some online options.
That's a great idea. I was thinking something similar. I'm planning to get better at public speaking. My boss recommended a workshop.
Nice. Is the goal just to get more comfortable?
Well, I eventually want to lead more client presentations. I intend to be in a position where I can volunteer for those by the end of the year.
That's a fantastic goal. I intend to apply for that team lead position once I've finished my course.
Did you hear that subtle shift? We use planning to for the general idea, but when we talked about the serious, ambitious result, like applying for a promotion, we switched to the stronger, intend to. That kind of nuance is what makes you sound really advanced.
We've made it to the middle of our spectrum, zone 3, the 50% certain zone. This is the zone of hopes and wishes. These aren't firm plans. These are the things you want to do, but they might depend on other factors, money, time, luck. The key feeling here is desire, not certainty. And our number one phrase for this is, you guessed it, I'm hoping to.
I love this phrase because it's so honest. It perfectly shows that you have a desire, but you know it might not be totally in your control. It's humble and relatable. Saying, I'm going to travel to Italy this year sounds very definite. But saying, I'm hoping to travel to Italy this year is more realistic if you haven't saved the money or bought tickets. It means, I really want this to happen, and I'll try, but we'll see.
Let's look at some 2026 goals where hoping to is the perfect fit. I'm hoping to get a promotion at work. You can work hard, but the final decision is up to your boss. We're hoping to buy a house next year if the market gets better. It depends on the economy. I'm hoping to see my family more often. This depends on everyone's schedule. It's a soft, optimistic way to talk about the future without making promises you might not be able to keep.
Two other key phrases live in this zone. I'd like to and I want to. They're very similar, but with a slight difference. I want to is very direct. There's nothing wrong with it, especially with friends. I want to learn how to play the guitar. I want to read more books this year.
I'd like to, which is short for I would like to, is just a slightly softer, more polite version of I want to. It's super common and is always a safe, friendly choice. I'd like to start my own business one day. I'd like to spend more time outside. In a lot of cases, I want to, and I'd like to are interchangeable. It just depends on how direct you want to sound.
Let's have a quick chat between friends talking about New Year's resolutions, which are often more hopes than plans.
So, any big resolutions for 2026, Michael?
The usual. I'd really like to get in better shape. I'm hoping to finally run a 10K.
Oh wow, that's awesome. I'm on the same page with the health stuff. I want to eat less junk food. And I'd also like to pick up an old hobby again.
Oh yeah? Which one?
Painting. I haven't done it in years. I'm hoping to set aside one night a week for it. We'll see if life gets in the way, you know? So, you see, that conversation feels so real. We're sharing dreams, not making solid promises. We're using the language of hope, hoping to, like to, and want to. This is how real people talk about what they wish for.
We've now reached the most uncertain part of our spectrum, Zone 4, the 25% certain zone. This is for possibilities, vague ideas, and things you're just starting to think about. The commitment is low, and the plan is super flexible. The king of this zone is the word might.
Might is the perfect word to show possibility without commitment. If you say, I might go to the party tonight, you're telling your friend, hey, it's possible, but don't count on it. It leaves your options open. It's a great, low-pressure way to talk about the future.
Here are some 2026 plans that are still just ideas. I might change careers, but I'm not sure yet. We might move to a bigger apartment if we can find one we like. He might join us later. He has to see how work goes. May is a close relative of might, and you can often use it the same way, but might is way more common in everyday spoken English. I may join you later is also perfectly fine.
Another great phrase here is, I'm thinking of, or I'm thinking about. This one is brilliant because it literally tells the listener that the idea is just in your head right now. You're considering it.
For example, I'm thinking of going back to school. It's an idea you're exploring. She's thinking about dyeing her hair. She hasn't decided for sure. We're thinking of adopting a dog. This is the very first step before you even start looking.
Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. This zone is also where will can sometimes pop up again, but in a really specific way. We often use I think I will to sort of think out loud about a possibility. It's much softer than a definite I will.
Compare these. I will buy a new phone. Sounds like a strong, sudden decision. But, I don't know, my phone is getting so old. I think I'll look for a new one soon. Is much softer. It's like you're making a gentle decision as you speak. Or, maybe I'll start that project tomorrow instead. It's just speculative.
This is also where will is used correctly for predictions about the world, stuff you don't control. For instance, I think 2026 will be an interesting year. I'm sure you will do great in your new job. These are beliefs about the future, not your personal arranged plans. This is the natural home for will.
Let's put this into a conversation. Imagine two friends brainstorming travel ideas with no firm plans at all.
I really need a vacation. I'm thinking about taking a trip somewhere warm this winter.
Me too. Where are you thinking?
Not sure. I might go to Mexico. Or I think I'll just look for cheap flights and see what pops up. What about you?
I'd love to go to Asia, but it's such a long flight. I might just do a shorter trip. Maybe I'll go explore some national parks out west.
That sounds fun too. We might even be able to find a good deal if we book last minute.
See? Everything is flexible. Thinking about, might, I think I'll. It's all about exploring options without committing. This is the language of possibility.
Okay, we've broken down the spectrum and given you tools for every zone. Now, let's see what it sounds like when a real, natural conversation blends all of these phrases together. The magic of fluent speech is dancing between them.
Lucy and I are going to have a coffee and catch up on our plans for 2026. As you listen, try to spot the different phrases we use and how we move from certain plans to vague hopes, all in one chat. Let's have a full-length dialogue.
Michael, it feels like I haven't seen you in forever. How have you been? Can you believe 2026 has just started?
I'm doing well, thanks. I know last year just flew by. And yeah, 2026, I'm actually really excited. I have some big things planned.
Ooh, do tell. Anything good?
Well, for starters, I'm gonna finally take a real, long vacation. My partner and I are flying to Vietnam in March for 2 weeks. We booked the flights last month, so it's happening.
Oh, wow. I'm so jealous. I've always wanted to go there. That's amazing.
I can't wait. And career-wise, I'm planning to move into a more senior role in my company. I've already had a few chats with my manager about it.
That's a great move. What does that look like?
It means more responsibility, which is good. I'm hoping to lead my own project by the end of the year, but that part isn't a guarantee yet. We'll see. What about you? What are your big plans?
Well, I'm making some changes too. I'm starting a pottery class in January. It's every Tuesday night, and I am so excited to do something creative.
No way, that's so cool. You'll have to make me a mug.
Haha, we'll see if I'm any good. On a more serious note, I'm thinking of going back to school part-time for a master's degree.
Really? That's huge. What are you thinking of studying?
I'm not totally sure yet. I might do something in communications or maybe psychology. It's a big financial commitment, so I'm still just looking into it. I'd like to have a decision made by the summer, though.
That's totally understandable. Well, whatever you choose, I'm sure you'll be great. Any other goals?
Just a small one. I want to read 50 books in 2026. I hit 40 last year, so I think I can do it.
That's my goal too. Maybe we can be accountability partners.
I love that idea. Okay, let's do it.
Alright guys, let's have a break here and quickly break that down. Did you see what we did?
We started with something 100% certain, Michael said. I'm flying to Vietnam, present continuous for a booked trip. He also used, I'm going to take a vacation, showing a firm intention.
Then I moved to the 75% zone. I said I'm planning to transition to a new role, showing it's a work in progress.
I did the same. I used the present continuous for my fixed plan. I'm starting a pottery class in January. But then I jumped to the 25% zone for a vague idea. I'm thinking of going back to school. And I used, I might do something in communications since I hadn't decided.
And we both used phrases from the 50% hope and desire zone. I said, I'm hoping to lead my own project. And Lucy said, I'd like to have a decision made. And for a personal goal, she said, I want to read 50 books.
This is the music of a natural conversation. It moves up and down the spectrum of certainty. It's a mix of definite plans, strong intentions, hopeful dreams, and vague ideas. By mastering these different phrases, you can make this music too.
We know that was a lot, but we hope you can see how this one idea, the spectrum of certainty, is the key to unlocking natural conversations about the future. You have the tools now, but knowing is only half the battle. Now you have to practice.
And that starts right now in the comments. This is your chance to use what you've learned. We have a question for you. What are 3 things you plan, hope, or are thinking of doing in 2026?
We want you to write 3 sentences below, but here's the challenge. You have to use a different future phrase for each one. Try to pick phrases from different zones of the spectrum. For example, 1. I'm having dinner with my sister on Friday. 100% zone. 2. I'm planning to start exercising more. 75% zone. 3. I might learn a new language. 25% zone.
Don't be shy. This is a safe space to practice. There are no mistakes here, only learning. Michael and I will be reading the comments and we'll reply to as many as we can to give you feedback and cheer you on. This is the most important step. Turn what you just learned into an active skill. Write your 3 sentences below.
You made it to the end. Thanks so much for sticking with us. Today, you didn't just learn a grammar lesson. You learned a whole new way of thinking about the future in English. You learned to move past the robotic, I will, and use a rich set of tools that will make you sound more confident, more natural, and more like you.
Just remember the spectrum of certainty. When you talk about a plan, ask yourself, how sure am I? Is this a fixed appointment, a strong intention, a hope, or just a maybe? Let your answer guide your words. This is what native speakers do without thinking, and now you can do it on purpose.
Practice is everything. Use these phrases today. Talk to a friend, write in a journal, or just say your plans for tomorrow out loud. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. You've got this.
If this lesson helped you, please give this video a huge thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more learners just like you. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a lesson. We have so much more to share with you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye everyone, keep practicing.
Before finishing today's video, if you enjoyed this lesson, don't stop here. Watch a similar video on the left.
Or continue with the full playlist on the right to keep improving your English step by step. And if learning English feels easier here and helps you speak with confidence, subscribe to the channel for simple, practical lessons every day.